Hello and welcome to the news in English live from Mogadishu with me. I am Omar Noor. The top headlines include Somali president has announced a full-out war against Al-Shabaab after a deadly hotel attack in the capital. Somali Defense Minister pays a visit to the Somali National Army battling against Al-Shabaab in Hiran region. Somali president is expected to pay his first visit to Puntland state of Somalia. Somali National Army clashed with Al-Shabaab militants in lower Shabelle region. Somali government has dispatched food aid to the drought victims in the country. Ethiopian military launched a fresh offensive against TPLF in north of the country amid peace efforts by the African Union in the country. Welcome back to the news in detail. Somali President His Excellency Hassan Sheikh Mohamud has on Tuesday pledged an all-out war to eliminate Al-Shabaab militants in his first statement to the nation since the Al-Shabaab militants staged a deadly 30-hour siege at Hayat Hotel in the capital Mogadishu that left at least 21 people dead. The attack, which began on Friday night, was biggest to hit the capital, Mogadishu, since President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud has taken over the oath of the office from his predecessor Formaggio in June. The president has underscored the challenge of trying to crush the 15-year-old insurgents by the Al-Qaeda-linked militant group Al-Shabaab. At least 21 Somali people have lost their lives and 117 others were wounded in the gun and palm attack targeting the popular Hayat Hotel at K4 junction with the facilities along the street. The fatalities include Norwegian citizens, according to the Norwegian government. I know that the Somali people are fed up with the endless condolences and the mourning. I know that you lost respectable people in every attack carried out by the terrorists, President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud said in his address to the nation on Tuesday night. So I call upon you to be prepared for an all-out war against the ruthless people who are hostile to our peace, he said in the statement released by the presidency. We are determined to weaken the terrorists who destroy our people till all the areas their control are liberated. This is a priority for our government, and the preparations and the implementation of that plan is ongoing, he said, without elaborating. Earlier on Tuesday, President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud convened a National Security Committee meeting at his office that was attended by the Prime Minister of the country, Hamza Abdi Barre, Interior Minister, the Foreign Minister, as well as the country's defense and security chiefs. The president has pledged to eliminate Al-Shabaab from the entire country. In a televised speech later in the evening, Mohamud told the citizens to have no doubt that Somalia will defeat the enemy that is oppressing its country, people and religion, he said. Our government, army, the people will never surrender until we have Somalia that is free from terrorists, he said. The Hyatt Hotel was a favorite meeting spot for the government officials. The scores of the people were inside when a suicide bomber triggered a massive blast, enabling heavily armed Al-Shabaab gunmen to enter the building on Friday evening. Minutes later, a second explosion struck as rescue security forces and civilians rushed to help the injured. Eyewitnesses said the siege only ended at around midnight on Saturday after security forces bombarded the building entirely, leaving much of it in ruins. Somali's allies, including the United States of America, Britain, the European Union, the Turkey, as well as the United Nations, have strongly condemned the attack, as did the ATMIS, the African Union forces in the country, tasked with helping Somali forces take over the primary responsibility for the security by the end of 2024. As clashes continues in Hiran region between Somali National Army along local militia and Al-Shabaab militants, the defense minister and as well as the army chief have paid a visit to Beledweyne city, the regional capital of Hiran. Somali National Army Chief General Odwa Yusuf Rage complimented the security operations of the army, which freed Al-Shabaab from many areas in Hiran region within the central part of the country. General Odwa Yusuf Rage, currently facing the Hiran region with the Minister of Defense and lawmakers from the Federal Parliament of Somalia, has promised the government forces will secure the liberated areas from Al-Shabaab militants. General Odwa told the local residents of the newly liberated towns outside Beledweyne that the military would not allow the towns to fall back into the hands of Al-Shabaab after the liberation. He has urged the local residents to work with the government forces and provide officials with information about the Al-Shabaab to make it hard for them to return again. The Somali National Army recaptured numerous new areas from Al-Shabaab in Hiran region, where the several battles between Al-Shabaab and government forces have been ongoing for several weeks in the past. Earlier this month, the government forces captured several small strategic villages in Matapan and Mahas districts within the region, including Bukre, Lasaban, Omar, Bagda, Kapno, and other areas. Somali government says it has dispatched 4 airplanes carrying food aid to the Beledweyne Pulapurte districts in Hiran region on Tuesday, as the country faces its worst drought in 40 decades that affected at least 7 million Somali people. The chairman of the Somali's Disaster Management Agency, Mahmoud Maalim Abdullahi, permanent secretary of the Prime Minister's office, Mohammed Abukar Zubair, and other government officials who coordinated the aid didn't specify the number of the tons they sent to the Hiran region. Last month, federal government of Somalia sent a plane carrying aid to Bulaburde district within the region to help drought-affected Somali people. Bulaburde is one of the districts most affected by current severe drought in Somalia. In addition, the district has been under the siege from Al-Shabaab for almost 10 years. Somalia is battling its worst drought ever recorded in 40 decades that affected 7.8 million people, according to the United Nations. The country is now on the brink of a famine as the aid agencies warn the failure of the 50th year in a row for the rains in the country. The most affected are farmers and pastoralists who lost their crops and livestock to the current drought in Somalia. Somali government has already appealed for a quick and effective aid to the people to save the lives of the citizens. However, United Arab Emirates and other governments have dispatched aid to the country to assist the Somali people affected by the current drought in Somalia. That's all for our today's English news. Live from Mogadishu with me, I am Omar Noor, and the entire team of the program. We leave you bye for now.